Hello, my name is John Kontak. I'm the president of West Red Lake Gold Mines. West Red Lake Gold Mines has a gold exploration and development project in Red Lake, Ontario. The Red Lake Gold District has produced 30 million ounces of gold over time. We have the West Red Lake project. It's situated on the key geology of the Red Lake Gold District, the Pipestone Bay St. Paul Deformation Zone. About 20 kilometers to the east of our project is the major gold complex of Goldcorp. Goldcorp has produced some 18 million of the 30 million ounces that have produced in Red Lake over time, and Goldcorp is our joint venture partner. We have 60% of the project with Goldcorp, where our two main drill targets are, and we operate, and Goldcorp has 40%, and they fund their 40%. There's 3 former gold mines on our property. They're all on the Pipestone Bay St. Paul Deformation Zone: the Mount Jamie Mine, the Rowan Mine, and the Red Summit Mine. The Mount Jamie Mine, we own 100% of that property. The Red Summit Mine, we own 100% of that property as well. And the Rowan Mine portion of our property is where we have 60% and operate, and Goldcorp has 40%, and that's where our 2 main drill targets are. Our first main drill target is the Rowan Mine deposit area, where we filed a 43101 compliant resource estimate in February of 2016. It was 1.1 million ounces of 7.6 grams per ton grading. We have the second major drill target on the Rowan Mine portion of our property, where we're joint venture with Goldcorp. We call that the structural intersection. It's where the Pipestone Bay St. Paul Deformation Zone is intersected by a second regional gold-bearing structure called the Golden Arm structure, or the NT zone. It's about 1 kilometer east of the Rowan Mine deposit, where we have the resource estimate. I've said we a number of times as I travel around Canada and other parts of the world, the German-speaking world, the United States. What I hear, not all boats have risen with the tide as it relates to the emerging gold positive sentiment. But one thing I hear is what's important is good jurisdictions, high grade, and proven management teams. And that's why I would like to spend a moment just speaking of our management team. Tom Meredith is our executive chairman. The last project that Tom had was VG Gold. That was a Timmins gold exploration and development project. So this is the type of thing we've done before in gold exploration and development in Ontario. That is, taking companies that have a $3 or $4 million market cap and turn them into companies that the industry itself values as something that it's worth perhaps as much as a couple of $100 million. John Heslop is our vice chairman. John was the former president of the PDAC. John's also a professional geologist and has brought mines into production. My name, once again, is John Kontak. The last company that I was a president of was Victory Gold Mines. That had an open pit on the east side of Timmins. We developed that project and sold it to Northern Gold Mining, and it's now part of the Osisko Mining package of properties. So once again, we've taken gold projects that had small resource numbers, small market caps, as public vehicles, and have built them up into 43101 resource estimates and sold them within the gold industry. Ken Guy is our exploration manager. Ken has made a career of drilling out gold deposits, and that are key in greenstone geology in northern Ontario. He was the exploration manager for Tom on the Lexington VG story, and for Tom and myself on the Victory Gold Mine story. Dan Crandall, a young CFO here in Toronto with experience in public vehicles in the resource sector. And Michael Dane, our final director, he was a senior exploration geologist with Goldcorp, and it was Michael who brought these claims to us some time ago, knowing that Goldcorp wanted a quality junior company to explore and develop the claims and develop those claims with them. Spending a moment on the market capitalization, we have 106 million shares outstanding. We have 2 major institutional shareholders who have backed us through the bear markets recently and have allowed us to keep the drill turning. Between them, they have about 38% of our stock. Tom Meredith and I, we have no options. We're common shareholders like everyone else. So if the project works out for the common shareholders, it works out for the management team as well. So there you see on the Red Lake, Ontario, with the red dot, it's about 60 kilometers from east of the Manitoba border, a world-class gold district by any standard, having produced 30 million ounces over time, about 18 million ounces of which have been produced by our joint venture partner, Goldcorp. Here's a closer look at the Red Lake Gold District. On the left, that being the west side, you can see the outline in red of our 3,100 hectare West Red Lake project property. The 3 stars on the property are the former gold mines, the Mount Jamie mine, the Rowan mine, and the Red Summit mine. Going through the 3,100 hectare property, you can see the Pipestone Bay St. Paul Deformation Zone, the major west-east trending structure in the Red Lake Gold District. And you can also see trending from the southwest to the northeast, the Golden Arm structure and the subparallel and T-zone that intersects the east-west trending structure about a kilometre east of the Rowan mine where the resource estimate is, and that provides a major drill target, that being the type of regional intersection of 2 regional gold-bearing structures that has produced the major gold complex of Goldcorp. Speaking of the major gold complex of Goldcorp, if you go 20 kilometers to the east of our property, you can see the Red Lake mine, the Kuchiner mine, and the Campbell mine. This is the complex that's produced about 18 million of the 30 million ounces of gold that have come out of the Red Lake Gold District. There's other quality juniors active in the area. You can see the Madsen mine of Pure Gold, Premier Gold, the Gold Eagle mine that was developed by a Toronto team headed by Rob Cutney that was sold to Goldcorp a few years ago. Here's a closer look at our 3,100 hectare property. You can see on the left side of it in the beige color, that's the Mount Jamie mine portion of the property. We own that 100%. On the right side to the east, you can see the Red Summit claims. That's a former producing mine as well. We own that 100%. So once again, looking at the Rowan mine, you can see in the bottom right there, it was a former producing gold mine back in the 20s and 30s. There was veins that came to surface. They would follow those veins into the ground either until the grade decreased or the price of gold went down. Up on the top right, that picture here gives you a good view of the structural intersection, which is the kilometre east of the Rowan mine deposit. As I said, you can see the Golden Arm structure trending from the southwest to the northeast, intersecting the east-west trending structure about a kilometre east of a Rowan mine deposit. On the left side, you see the historic Rowan head frame. The cherry area underneath that is our resource area. It's where the 1.1 million ounces of 7.6 grams per ton grading is located. It's all within 500 meters of surface. Most of it, as you can see, is within about 350 meters of surface. There's a legend on the left here going down to 2,000 meters. What we're endeavoring to do in our drill program, so we drilled in 2014 and 2015 during the bear market. We drilled twice in the course of 2016, and now we're drilling at the first quarter of 2017 with the intention of drilling every quarter during the course of the calendar year. The resource area is open along strike east-west, and it's open to depth. Often in Red Lake, Ontario, the grade actually increases as you go to depth. Here you see gold zones in the resource estimate at the Rowan mine deposit, the 1.1 million ounces at 7.6 grams per ton. There's 7 gold zones. Here are the 4 main zones. They're open east-west, they're open to depth. We're just going to follow them to depth and expand the resource estimate. You can see how well defined they are. There's almost 600 drill holes in the resource estimate. Here is the resource estimate. 7.6 grams per ton of 1.1 million ounces of gold. That's with a 3-gram cutoff. If you go to the top row of the bottom chart, you can see with a 5-gram cutoff, you crush a lot less rock. It's 2.6 million metric tons. The grade increases, not surprisingly, but you still get 850,000 ounces of gold. These are some intercepts from our resource. As you can see from the right column, they're classic narrow veins in Red Lake, high-grade intercepts, as you can see at the second column to the right, and they're all close to surface, within 300 meters of surface, some of them within 100 or less than 200 meters of surface. The Red Summit mine, we think, is a very legitimate drill target as well. I would put that number 3 right now in our priority, with expanding the resource estimate number 1, exploring the structural intersection number 2, and the Red Summit mine, former producing, high grade, 14 gram per ton type ore, but 3rd in our preference now, although we own 100%. I would say the same thing about the Mount Jamie mine. It's a former producing mine, high grade. It has a shaft just like the Red Summit mine and the Rowan mine. But right now I'd put that 3rd and 4th along with the Red Summit mine behind our first 2 drill targets. So just to sum up, we're doing two things in terms of our first two priority drill targets. One is expanding the Rowan Mine deposit, and then explore the structural intersection and see where we can find a major gold deposit, just like Goldcorp did some 20 years ago. Thank you.